Most spreadsheets only tell you one version of the future. But what if you could model hundreds of them, all in seconds? That's what a sensitivity analysis does. And today I'll show you how to build one in Excel using a real-world profit scenario with a downloadable template you can start using right now. Let's say you're launching a product. You know your expected price, volume, and cost. But what happens if your sales volume drops or your cost spikes? Do you still make money? A sensitivity analysis gives you those answers instantly. Instead of guessing, you see how your profit changes with every possible outcome. Now let's walk through how to create this in Excel. You need three things: a formula you care about, like gross profit, two variables like sales volume and cost per unit, and Excel data table tool. Let's open up the template and build it step by step. Let's start with the gross margin calculation. We start by the volume, and let's say we have 100,000 and then the price. Let's say we have $5 and the revenue, which is the volume times the price. Now, the cost per unit. Let's put $2. And the total fixed costs, let's say we have 60,000. That brings us the total cost to 60,000 plus unit times my sales volume. Our gross profit will be 500,000 minus my total cost, which brings us to 240,000. Now, let's start creating the data table. We start by linking the gross profit right here. And I will create a range of volume that I want to analyze. So we'll start by 25,000. And then I'll do increments of 25,000. One more. And now do the same with the cost. We start with 50 cents. And with that, I will do increments of 50 cents. I will now have my current situation, which is 100,000 and $2 of cost per unit. I will insert a shape here just to make sure I know what the current situation is. Create it right here. And let me shape this outline to dashes. And let me increase a little bit the weight of the line. Let's create another one on the $2 cost. And now do the same. Let me just change it here, the weight of the line, and let me transform this into dashes. That way it's easier to see what is the current situation. Let me format here the volumes and the cost. And let me put some labels here. Sales volume, I'm going to center across selection. Now do the same with the cost. In this case, it's okay to merge because it's a column, but I will still format to 90%, to 90 degrees. Centralize. Just put some color here so it will look good. Now I'm going to select this. Let me just color this the same color as the background, just for aesthetics. Now I'm going to select the whole table, and I'll go to Data, What If Analysis, Data Table. And it asks me to input the row and the column. For the row, I'm going to choose the sales volume. And for the column, I'm going to choose the cost per unit. I hit OK. And let me just format this so it's easier to see. Once I have that, I can see that the current situation is 240 for 100,000 in volume and at the cost point of $2 per unit. Let me just adjust the format of this one. And I can put some borders just to make it look good. Now, let's do a conditional formatting. With the conditional formatting, I can use a color scale, and I can choose any one of those that you can see here. But I'm going to choose this one that has the yellow on the midpoint. So you see here that the odd thing is that the red is on the positive and the green is on the negative. So let's change that. Conditional formatting. Then I go to Manage Rows. I click on the row and I edit the row. So now I can change for red and I can change the other one for green. Once I hit OK and apply, then now it's fixed. Another thing that I can do is I can change, instead of seeing the gross profit, I can see actually the gross margin. So I can actually add a formula right here. Gross profit divided by the revenue. Now let me just pick everything, transform this into percentage. And then I can adjust the current situation. Just so we can see better. Now, another thing I can do is I can change, instead of percentile, I can actually change for a formula. So I will know whatever is above my current situation, I can easily spot. So I put formula there, and then I will just compare that to the current situation, to the current gross margin. So I'll just divide the current gross margin by the current revenue, and I hit OK. So once you apply, now you see that everything that is above 48 would be slightly green, and everything that is a little bit below 48 would be slightly red. And I can even change my cost per unit now just to test. Let's put it 3, and then let's move this to the 3. So you see that the whole data table will change accordingly. And you can see that the colors will change and also the numbers will change as well. I hope you noted how powerful this can be. With just one formula and 2 variables, you can test dozens of outcomes instantly and avoid some big surprises. We used gross profit today, but you could easily adapt this to forecast net income as fixed costs changes, or compare different pricing strategies, or model how discounting affects margin, or see how customer churns impact recurring revenue. It's a simple tool, but it can seriously level up your decision making. Let me know in the comments what other kinds of analysis would you want to test with sensitivity tables. I'd love to turn some of those into future videos. I'll see you in the next one.